I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make some breakfast. It is Sunday. Again, they keep coming, don't they? I know I said that last time. But I decided this morning I had about a half of a very large loaf of sourdough bread that I really needed to use up because I have to make more bread. So I decided I was going to make a baked French toast this morning. Now normally you would make a baked French toast and soak it in the oven overnight, soak it in the refrigerator overnight and then bake it in the morning. Well, I don't have time for that mess. I don't have room in my refrigerator for a pan of French toast. I don't know anybody who really does. I mean, I really would have to make room in my fridge is a mess. If you saw my fridge, you would like freak out. So I'm just going to soak it for a little while and then put it in the oven. It's all going to be good because I've made homemade fresh bread. My bread is really ready to soak up all that goodness of the custard. But we're going to do it with a bit of a twist. We're going to do a tropical style, and we're going to put some tropical flavors in there. I think it's going to be awesome. So let's see what we're going to do. Here is that loaf of bread, that half a loaf of bread that I had ready to go. It's kind of stale, and it's about a week and a half old, and it needs to be used. So sliced up in the pan, foil pan. I sprayed it with baking spray. And then these are all the good things we're going to put in here. We're going to put about 4 cups of milk, 8 eggs, pardon me, and then a half a cup of sugar is going to go in, a half a cup of brown sugar is going to go on top, about a cup of toasted coconut. And if you need to know how to toast coconut, I have a video on that. I will link it on the screen here. This is actually toasted coconut that's left over from my toasted coconut pie that I made, and I want to use it up. I actually took out a bag of other coconut, but I thought, oh, I found this and I need to use it. So I'm also going to throw in, really, we're not even keeping it a secret anymore.
Oops.
We're also going to put a half a cup of chopped macadamia nuts. 1 can. This is a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple. And this is a 16-ounce bag of frozen mango chunks. Now seriously, this stuff I had all on hand. You can adjust this. See, I keep these in the freezer for smoothies and stuff because my kids really love smoothies in the morning. But I was really thinking I had a bag of frozen pineapple chunks, which is what I initially wanted to use. But it's all good because we're just going to roll with it and we're going to see what happens, okay?
I wonder.
You wonder? We'll keep one out for the stinking turtle. All right. All right, so let's clear this out for just a moment, and I'll bring over... Yes, you made a mess.
She really doesn't hate the turtle.
I don't hate the turtle. I think she's awesome. But every time I turn around, Mr. Rick... Oh, we're also going to put a teaspoon of cinnamon, about a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and some vanilla and some rum extract. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way just so I can mix everything. All right. See, this is whole milk, and because the whole milk from the dairy where I buy it from is very rich, I'm just going to use whole milk. If you want to, you can use 3 cups of half and half and 1 cup of milk. Really? I got nothing. Oh, it is just going to be good. I'm just going to dump it all in there. We have another bottle of milk, right? All right. Then we're going to go in with our eggs.
Those are salty.
Yes, the macadamia nuts.
Run off your skills.
Yes, I have mad egg crushing skills. What did I just say? That was bad. That was funny.
You don't even want to see it with a staff or a bow.
You don't want to give me a staff or a bow. And you don't, want to see me jump a bike either.
What other skills do you have?
Knife skills, nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills. Tell us what movie that's from. I'm just going to whisk this together. I got one yolk that's being stubborn there. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. All right, just get that well mixed in there. It's all good. Okay, let's put that can of crushed pineapple in there. Okay. Our half a cup of sugar goes in there.
You need a bigger cup.
No, we're good. Our half a cup of brown sugar I'm going to go ahead and put in there. This is just going to make it nice and caramelly. And this is my homemade brown sugar that I did not too long ago, right before we did the the sticky toffee caramel sauce. Oh, that was so good.
Guess it's serving me right.
What?
I got toasted coconut stuck in my throat.
See how that works, honey? All right. Over here. Put this right in the pan. And it might float, so don't be alarmed. Stick your bread down in there. Don't be afraid. Nothing to be afraid of.
And float until it gets soaked up.
Right. Once it becomes completely waterlogged, it's going to go back down to the bottom of the pan. So it's all good. Promise. Okay. Oh, I forgot my vanilla. Oh, you know what? Oh, this is... Okay. I had these things in my pantry and I'm trying to use them up because I usually make my own. Just blop, 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 blop. Okay. It's all good. It's all going to get in there. It's all going to be fine. Okay? See, I mess up too a lot. I throw eggs in the custard bowl whole. See, that was beautiful. I was going to put rum extract, but I think I'm going to pass it up. You can choose to do that. You don't have to use extract. If you have rum on hand, go ahead and throw a shot of rum in there. It's all good. Because, you know, rum extract is kind of a ridiculous thing because it's really just rum, right? All right. And let's get our mango chunks. Right on the top.
Just one.
What?
Just one.
Just want one.
Maybe two.
Well, here, we just put what's left in the bag and be set aside for Mr. Hardshell. Okay, now, what I do need now, because I put the brown sugar in the custard, which is fine, I'm going to sprinkle a little more brown sugar on the top, just so we can get a nice caramelly thing going on that mango. So, let me just grab my brown sugar. Oh, doggone it, I'm getting ahead of myself, right? Coconutty. Oh yeah, look at that. This is gonna be yummy. Just sprinkle a couple of tablespoons over the top here. Now look, before y'all get neurotic and screaming that it's a lot of sugar and a lot of stuff, look. Once we divide this up, this is gonna feed 6 to 8 people, so you know what? It's all good. I'm gonna just sprinkle this with a little bit of cinnamon. Right over the top. I would say like a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, not too much. And I'm going to go at this with the nutmeg. It always happens because the nutmeg is small and my fingers are large. Okay, like a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. That's it. Too much cinnamon makes everything taste like soap. It's gross. Just like too much ginger makes everything taste like soap too. And candied ginger would be really good in here. And I didn't think of that before, so.
Good.
Mr. Anti-Ginger over here. Okay, Let me get a baking tray. I got a couple of new ones, so yay. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit. I'm just gonna put a bonnet over it to protect it from whatever may be hanging around. We're gonna let this sit for half an hour, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. When it's time to do that, I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is sat for, I let this sit for about 40 minutes in all actuality, and I just gave it a good zhuzh with my, you know, rubber spat, and then you just want to make sure that everything that is supposed to be getting soaked with goodness is getting soaked with goodness. Of course, while it's in the oven and all, it's going to soak up even more, okay? So, no worries. I'm going to pop this in a 350-degree oven on top of my bacon. Oh, and it smells so good already. Okay, we're going to bake that for about 40 minutes, and then when it's time for it to come out, we'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Okay, this is ready to come out of the oven. And this is a perfect thing for brunch. So, if you're like us, sometimes on Sundays, we have very late breakfast, and then we have dinner. So this was in the oven for about 45 minutes. We're gonna let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna fix you a plate of tropical baked French toast and probably some bacon. Okay, let's dig into this. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna bring it over here so I can slide the spatula off of it because there we go. Oh my gosh. Look at. Incredible. Oh, this looks exciting. Okay, that is a breakfast brunch, whatever you want to call it, fit for king. My king. This is for you, honey.
Thank you.
I don't think it's going to need any syrup, but if you so choose to indulge, you know. And that's a really big serving, so, you know, like I'm saying, I'm thinking 10 to 12 servings now that I'm looking at it because it's big and juicy and sweet. Of course, I usually always put a larger serving for the picture, so you always have to keep that in mind. I think it's bourgeois. Get a picture there. Look at that. You can see all the mango and the coconut. I can see the macadamias in there. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, there you have it. Tropical baked French toast. Make it the night before, stick it in your fridge. Next morning, just pop it in the oven. Actually, don't pop it in the oven right away. Let it sit on the counter for about a half an hour, then pop it in the oven for 40-45 minutes until it's completely set. Then take it out and let it sit 15 minutes, and then serve it. So, this I made because I had some leftover bread that was going south, and I made it using things I already had on hand. You can apply the same idea with anything. You could use dehydrated apples, you could use strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, whatever you have in your pantry or freezer, or whatever you have on hand that's fresh. You can make this with bananas and peanut butter if you wanted to. It would be great. So, your imagination is your only limit. You just make the custard and think about the flavors that your family likes, and you throw them together into a great casserole. In fact, a peanut butter, banana, and bacon French toast bake would be really amazing. Think about that. So,
there's always next week.
There is always next week. I hope you try this, and I hope you love it. I hope you take this idea and run with it, and I hope you make it for your family soon. I'm so glad you stopped by my kitchen this morning, and until next time, I'll see ya.